Hey everyone, happy Valentine's Day, February 14th, the day of love, the day that some people hate, the day that some people just cannot wait to celebrate. And I figured today would be a great opportunity to share with you, Katie, my love story. It's pretty wild. So those of you who've been following me know that I started my journey single, and never in my wildest dreams did I think I would meet the love of my life. And so at the end of my first year traveling as in Africa, I met the most beautiful Australian, Caity. And at the time, we were just very good friends. She was on a 6-month trip around the world. I was on what was only supposed to be a 1-year trip around the world. And by the time we both finished our trips, we were like, maybe we should continue our travels together. I hadn't seen my family in over a year, so I told her, hey, if you meet me in Texas, we will travel together. So we ended up meeting in Texas, and I told her, hey, I'll travel with you for 3 more months. 3 months, and then I'm done. So our plan was to go from Mexico down to Colombia. It was the most epic 3 months. Check out these photos. We hit every single country in Central America, and truly just had the time of our lives discovering this part of the world and making some phenomenal memories together. It wasn't until we were after climbing Acatenango, one of the best volcanoes on the planet, highly recommend going. It was that day that we both told each other that we loved each other, which I'll truly never forget. And so after those 3 months, both of us were like, hey, we should continue our journey. She hadn't been to South America, so I told her, hey, you need to see it. It's the best continent on the planet. And I went to Russia for the World Cup. And so we were apart for 3 months, and long distance is tough, but if it's true love, you can make it work. And so after 3 months of her doing South America, me traveling Eastern Europe, she ended up meeting me in Eastern Europe. We met up in Bosnia. So this photo in Mostar was the first night we'd seen each other in 3 months, and our love for each other was only stronger at that point. And so we ended up traveling Europe for a couple months, and she asked me if I'd like to go back to Asia, and I told her, hey, I'm happy to go back. Her parents had moved there within the past year, and then said, hey, I'd love to meet them, but if we go back to Asia, I want to go to 3 new countries. And so she agreed, and we ended up going back. We went to Brunei, which is one country I hadn't been to, Sri Lanka, and Myanmar. Her family, her parents decided to join us, which was even better. Got to meet them, very fun traveling with them. And since we were in Southeast Asia, we had a wedding to get to in New Zealand. We decided, hey, let's go back. Let's go to your home country. I'd never been to Australia with her. So we went there. I traveled alone a bit, went to my 99th and 100th countries, which were Fiji and Vanuatu. Came back to Australia, where we spent 3 months there, getting to see her country and getting to meet her family. From there, I ended up going to Antarctica, really, since I hit 100 countries, went to Antarctica. So we did another 3 months apart, which was tough. And it's a true test of a relationship, but we made it work. And I told her, hey, after these 3 months, meet me in the United States, because I want you to see my country since I've seen yours. So in 2019, we ended up going for almost 90 days, road tripping through the United States, had some amazing friends join us, hit as many national parks as we could. And it was truly, truly epic. I mean, check out these photos, just a wild time seeing just how beautiful my country is. And fortunately, in 2019 is a rough year. Had a couple horrible family tragedies that luckily in the United States to take care of them. But it pushed us to the limit and just made us grow even stronger. I knew that this was going to be the girl that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And Katie ended up flying back from Australia. So the plan was we were supposed to move to Australia, realized that we were going to push that off, and decided to go back to Southeast Asia until the Tokyo Olympics. Well, I flew to Asia. I was in Bangladesh, was in Nepal, and I was able to get the last seat on the last flight back into Singapore as COVID shut down the world, which was just nuts. So all of you can relate to that. Would love to know where you were for it, but we were stuck in the 16th smallest country on the planet in Singapore. And shout out to your parents again. It gave us 8 months with them, another 7 months alone, where we rented from an amazing family, and we actually did get married. Here's a photo of that. So it's been an amazing love story where Katie and I have traveled together on and off a majority of the time together the last 5 years, which is just unreal. We've been to over 50 countries together, countless number of cities, and truly it's been an adventure of a lifetime. Couldn't ask for a better girl to share these adventures with. I love that Katie shares the same passion travel with me. She's the best dive buddy. She's my go-to when I'm scuba diving because I know her air consumption's good. Even though she's deathly afraid of sharks, I make sure that she's safe. We make for a good team. But I'm excited for all the adventures that we have ahead. So that's our love story. Hope you guys enjoyed it. One thing, make sure that while you're searching for love around the world, which I recommend trying because who knows who you'll meet, make sure you're covered. So get Safetywing Travel Insurance. That's someone we've always used for the last few years. Had a few claims that it made life way easier. Caity was always in the hospital next to me in Singapore and Sri Lanka when I had my kidney stones, but really, really good company. And I'm sharing my love with you for my love of Safetywing. So make sure you're covered. And guys, get out, see the world, and hope to see some of you out there. Bye-bye.